Even though I, did a lot of internships here, it was still nice going to the Great Beginnings because when they were talking about the curriculum and everything, it kind of helped me be more aware of what was expected like with the state, because I knew what I wanted to do with like different fun activities, but kind of knowing where I needed to focus on with ELA and the SharePoint lesson plans that they always share with us, I thought that was kind of nice. So it's definitely helped me because I go on there like every day just to see what resources they provide. So they kind of gave, when we did like our smaller groups at I think day 2 of the Great Beginnings, they kind of gave a lot of tips with how to kind of manage the classroom. And I, from my student teaching, I kind of had a good idea of that, but the Great Beginnings, I have like a whole notebook worth of notes of just kind of small things like how to have the teacher voice and how to make sure I'm not yelling at them, but also making sure they respect me, so I'm like a little scary with them.
Yeah, so it's the first time they've ever been to school. So it's definitely remembering that, like, we start with our curriculum and then how we can use our curriculum to help build social skills. So, like you saw in my classroom, like during circle time, we were doing centers. But during centers, like, they're in a different center group for reading than they are in math because they have to learn how to work with each other. And they do it while doing an activity that they like. So they like to color, so while they're coloring, we're doing number recognition. They love to use Play-Doh, so we're doing number building with Play-Doh. So we're using the guides from the curriculum of what we're using, and especially going into those benchmarks and standards to not only use materials that are fun for them, but to use them to make sure that they are learning. So it's kind of a give and take.
With 3rd grade, I think I do have to kind of have a really, really good routine with them, because coming from 2nd grade and from the earlier grade levels, it's more kind of free, a little more fun, and it's not as serious. But 3rd grade is when it's a lot of testing and it's very serious, basically. So having a lot of behavior plans, making sure they know the rules. As you might have seen before, we have our class rules up on the board, and just kind of always going back to that, making sure they know that that's what I kind of do with them, but also showing love, of course, because I want them to know that I'm proud of everything that they share and all of the work that they kind of do for me. So a little mix of both, making sure they know what they're doing, but also kind of telling them I'm proud of their accomplishments.